There's a warm welcome back to Upton Park for Rio Ferdinand, now captain of a Leeds team unbeaten in the last 11 Premiership games and into the semi-finals of the Champions League. But his old club haven't fared quite so well since his £18 million departure in November. Only 2 wins in the last 14 league games have seen West Ham slip to within 6 points of the relegation zone. But today they're able to include both Paolo Di Canio, who missed the defeat at Newcastle injured, and Frederick Canuti, who came off injured in that game. The midfield of Cole, Carrick and Lampard is full of young talent, but they're certain to face a stiff examination today from a Leeds midfield that bristles with the likes of Batty, Bowyer, Bakker, Decor and Kuehl. Leeds have the 2 strikers missing. Mark Viduka's injured, Alan Smith suspended, Robbie Keane comes in up front, and of the other 10, all of them played in Spain, 8 for the full 90 minutes. Referee today is Graham Paul. So West Ham kick off a fixture which ended last season in a goalless draw, but West Ham have already defeated Leeds 1-0 this season up at Ellen Road in November, in what was in actual fact Rio Ferdinand's last appearance for them. If they do the double over Leeds today, it will be the first time for half a century. Cole turning perhaps once too often for the likes of David Batty. Not likely to stand around and allow these young West Ham midfield players time in which to illustrate their talent. Ferdinand had a big smile on his face when the crowd at Upton Park applauded his appearance here. Was uncertain what sort of reception he'd receive. David O'Leary doesn't indulge in rotation of his squad. Any players absent today have good reason. Decor, Mills, here's Bowyer. Spread wide to this left side where Ian Hart has come forward from left back. He can hit them with his right foot as well from this sort of distance, and looks like he might have been thinking about it. Here's Batty to Harry Kuehl. It's a patient build-up by Leeds. Makes room for a teasing cross to the back post. Oh, good save, Hislop, but then it's in. Robbie Keane. In today with Viduka out injured and Smith suspended. Robbie Keane chalks up his 8th goal of the season. Alert inside the 6-yard box after Shaka Hislop had made initially a good save. It was a great teasing cross. Header down, and as it came out, Ian Hart with the header. Good save, Hislop, but it came out only as far as Robbie Keane, and Leeds have taken the lead after just 7 minutes. And as if that goal wasn't a big enough body blow for West Ham, they're losing Canuti, who hasn't been able to train all week. Todorov is the player who's come on to replace Canuti, and that's a double setback for Harry Redknapp. Christian Daly finds Di Canio. Oh, the header was by Joe Cole, and West Ham carved out an early chance to get the score sheet back on level terms. Kuehl to Keane. Decor. Here's Mills coming forward from right back. He's got Bowyer outside him. Away by Pearce. It's a West Ham ball. Joe Cole scored in the 3-1 victory over Derby last Saturday. Was close to getting his side back on level terms. Leeds away form this season is second only to that of Manchester United, and only 1 point less than the champions have collected. And already a goal to the good. Back heel was by Keane. Here's Kuehl. Another back heel. Bowyer nicked away from Bowyer in the nick of time by Michael Carrick. An attack of two subtle back heels. Hart will take the corner. Just over half an hour gone. Oh, that was awkward for Hislop. Oh, off the line. It was Rio Ferdinand with the diving header which hit somebody. And is it in? Oh, saved on the line by Hislop. Well, the ball from the corner produced a save that Hislop seemed unsure of. I'm not sure if it was him or whether it was the crossbar or a combination of the two, but direct from the corner. He then recovered well, and it was Rio Ferdinand with the diving header, which seemed to be blocked by Ian Pearce. Di Canio moves it on very quickly to Cole, and Di Canio back to Daly. Cole with the shot. Well, that was better by West Ham. The crowd are applauding, and they want to see more of that. Didn't strike it cleanly, but at least West Ham had got a player with a clear sight of Leeds' goal. Backer. Kuehl. Oh, just the one opportunist strike from Robbie Keane separates the teams at half-time, but West Ham will know that courtesy of Shaka Hislop's limbs and legs and the woodwork around the goal, they have managed somehow to prevent the visitors from enjoying a bigger lead than that. Mark Viduka using the half-time interval to check up on the programme notes. Well, Leeds were 3 points behind Ipswich with one game in hand in the chase for that third Champions League qualifying place. Fixtures this season remaining, home to Chelsea and away to Arsenal. And certainly 3 points here against West Ham this afternoon would seem to confirm that Leeds are favourites to claim that third place. It's 27 points from 33 so far for Leeds in that 11-match unbeaten run. Mills to Ferdinand. Mills, which will have to go back to Nigel Martin, who hasn't had a lot to do. Here's Matteo playing at the back for Leeds. Dacour, Mills. Good challenge by Winterburn. Still youthful at 37. Tripped by Fox, free kick. Rio Ferdinand would like to score against his old club, watched by his chum Lampard. There's Ferdinand with the header! Backer! Well, will they give that to Ferdinand or will that be Backer's? I'm sure that Rio Ferdinand will want that. The player who left West Ham in November for £18 million. He scored twice in his last 4 appearances, and has he scored here against his old club? He wins the header cleanly. It's looping over Hislop, and I think it was already over before Backer touched it.
Second goal for Leeds, scored by number 29, Rio Ferdinand.
It's a great start to the second half for Leeds. Well, it would have gone in anyway, and surely Backer can't have stolen that from his teammate. Rio Ferdinand will claim the second goal, and Leeds lead by 2-0. This is Joe Cole unceremoniously dumped by David Batty, and young Cole reacts rather foolishly. You've got to get used to challenges like that, and that was perhaps David Batty's way of introducing Joe Cole to the rigours of the... Oh, well, it's a red card. Well, the Leeds players are surrounding Graham Poll. David Batty went in very strongly on Joe Cole. It was the elbow across the face of Joe Cole which has got him the red card. Well, David Batty is still in discussion with his colleagues in the dugout about that dismissal. Diawara, Todorov. Oh, wonderfully struck by Carrick, and Nigel Martyn has to make his first decent save. In by Cole. Lampard kept the shot down. Out by Mills. Good West Ham pressure. And how much this game might change if the home side were to get a goal back against the 10 men. This is Backer for Leeds. It's West Ham who are making most of the forward progress. It's aimed at Robbie Keane. There's no flag against him. Marked by Fox. The defender put it out. Leeds have a corner. Ian Hart will take the corner. Away by Stimac. Di Canio. Diawara, Di Canio. Here's Lampard, he's got Todorov on the right. Diawara. Leeds did well to stifle the attack. West Ham start again. Winterburn. Joe Cole. Di Canio, Winterburn, Di Canio. Easy for Ferdinand. Short of Mills. Well, Nigel Martyn's not had much to do in this match, but he had to be sharp and alert then, as Michael Carrick shot from just on the edge of the penalty area, dipping under the crossbar. It's Matteo. Lampard. Diawara. Nicked off his toe by Danny Mills. It's a West Ham ball. There is still time for West Ham to get back into this match and get something out of it. Di Canio will take the corner. We're midway through this second half. Stimac! Good save by Nigel Martyn. Well, he's having to earn his corn now, with Leeds down to 10 men. There's Ian Pearce forward as well. Lampard. Oh, it might sneak in. Don't think that Todorov, the Bulgarian international, got a touch on the shot from Lampard, but he may have helped to confuse Nigel Martyn. Yes, he did. It hit the inside of his left knee. Stimac. Lampard. Diawara, Todorov to Carrick. Rebounds back to him. Diawara's header! Oh, fantastic save by Nigel Martyn. Splendid goalkeeping by the Leeds hero from the Champions League match in midweek. Excellent header. Lampard's shot was dipping but not quickly enough. It's a goal kick. Well, Nigel Martin was a spectator for most of the first half, but he's had to show his worth in the second. Diawara's header was bound for that bottom corner. It was a last gasp save from the Leeds keeper. The West Ham chance is ebbing away. They need to get a goal back as quickly as possible. D'accord. Here's Bowyer breaking from midfield. He's got a clear run in on Hislop. Bowyer gets it, does he? It's on the goal line. Oh. And it's cleared off that goal line by, I think it was Hayden Fox. Well, Lee Bowyer breaking from midfield, charging into that West Ham penalty area. Ball coming back to him after Hislop had stopped the first effort, and Bowyer not getting quite enough pace onto it for the second. Mills who missed it. Here's Di Canio. Deflected. Leeds extend their unbeaten run in the Premiership to 12. It's a really impressive run of form that's propelling them towards that qualification place for the Champions League next season. Robbie Keane with the opening goal after 7 minutes, and then Rio Ferdinand marking his return to his old club with a goal at the start of the second half. And defeat really was inflicted all too easily on his old club, who must now look with some concern at their remaining fixtures. Away to Manchester City, home to Southampton, and then away to Middlesbrough. It's Leeds who take the victory despite being reduced to 10 men by the sending off of David Batty. The final score at Upton Park of West Ham 0, Leeds 2.
David Batty went in aggressively, as one would expect him to, and his arms were high. The query would appear to be whether there was any deliberate intent to use his elbow.